And we welcome you back in live this Sunday morning. It's the 4th of July. You know, holidays, any holiday, can be a difficult time for anyone suffering with a mental illness. Now, in Maryland, there's a brand new law that is expanding that help that's available for those who need that support. Law took effect July 1st. It is named after Tommy Raskin. He is the son of Congressman Jamie Raskin, and Tommy Raskin took his life on New Year's Eve. We want to welcome back in Maryland Congressman Jamie Raskin this morning to talk about what this new law does. Congressman, good to see you again. You know, everybody who has followed the story of Tommy and how you have moved forward with his legacy should take note of what this law is. You're with Governor Hogan last week. How does this work, and what was the impetus for this as far as trying to find a way to not only honor Tommy Raskin, but also get people the help they need that's out there?
Well, Tom, thank you for having me on and to discuss this. Essentially, Maryland has a system where you can call if you're having an emotional or mental health crisis. But the new feature, and we're very honored that the state chose to name it after Tommy, is that the state will call you back. You can get into a cycle of receiving weekly calls or regular calls according to your own desire to check in on you. And I think Maryland's the first state in the union that's doing that. So it's not just having the state sit back and wait for people in crisis to call, but rather people who are having troubles to get the check-in.
It's very proactive. Is it better in a way for some people to hear from somebody they might not really know because they find it difficult to talk about these issues with family and loved ones?
Undoubtedly for some people, but I think that the basic idea that the specialists in Maryland have come up with is to have a network of support. So people have their family support, their friends support, professional medical support, but also would have the state there also as a backstop. We don't want to lose anybody else to suicide. And, we're in a period of intense emotional and mental health crisis for a lot of people, and substance abuse and so on.
We have a picture of Tommy up on the screen right now. I want to ask you, as you are still in this grief process right now, what has it been like for you and your family as you have heard from people about what the work that you've done has allowed them to talk about in their own families? Because, this wasn't a thing that a lot of people felt comfortable talking about for a long time.
Well, Tom, we have now, I think, more than 15,000 letters or messages we've received. So our loss of Tommy touched a lot of people in a lot of different ways, but there are just countless families across the country who are struggling with this problem. And the period of COVID-19 was extremely difficult and isolating for a lot of young people who could not get on with their professional lives, their educations, their personal relationships. It was just a very, very tough time. So I hope we're coming out of that, but that everybody's going to get the help that they need. And as you're saying, there's no stigma in it. There's no shame in it. People have to deal with their mental and emotional health just like they've got to deal with their physical health.
Yeah, and it's a healthy way to move forward, to end that stigma and to open these conversations. I want to throw this up on the screen just so people can see this. It's a dial 211 for the crisis hotline. Counselors can connect people with services in the area or just chat, and you can follow up, check in on anyone who calls. Congressman, briefly in the time we have left, I want to switch gears for a moment here. The House of Representatives voted to go along with Speaker Nancy Pelosi's plans for a select committee to look into the insurrection. You were House manager during the impeachment trial of Donald Trump, which evolved from the insurrection. What will the select committee do, and will it have us learn anything new about this?
Well, I think it's kind of apples and oranges. I mean, the whole focus of the trial was on the incitement of the event by one person, Donald Trump. I mean, here we're looking at something much broader, which is how the whole thing came to be, who organized it, who mobilized it, who paid for it, and why. How did that happen, and what were the causes of it? And I hope that it's going to be a unifying thing for the country to come together to say that in American democracy, especially on the 4th of July, we don't tolerate violent assaults on our elections and on the governmental process.
Maryland Congressman Jamie Raskin, we wish you and yours a happy 4th of July, and we thank you so much for spending part of your morning with